Will the Johnson & Johnson vaccine get the green light to resume use in the U.S.? Key meeting happening tomorrow to determine what's next. Dr. Frank McGeorge here to explain how that meeting's going to go, who will involve, and how they'll make their decision. Doc?
Yeah, Devin. So the CDC Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, known as ACIP, is going to meet tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, the panel is made up of 15 experts from outside of the CDC with expertise in a wide range of specialties, including vaccinology, immunology, infectious disease, public health, and pediatrics. At last week's emergency meeting, the advisory committee members wanted more information on the blood clots seen in 6 women who received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
They will see data on the new cases that may have come in since the 6 cases that were initially reported. They're also going to review data that we will be providing them on the risk and benefit analysis, the benefits of having a J&J vaccine versus the very, very rare events that we have detected.
That's the key question. Do the benefits of vaccinating millions against COVID-19 outweigh the risk of a 1 in a million severe side effect? Johnson & Johnson is standing by the safety of their vaccine.
We brought the issue to the FDA, to the European regulators' attention. We want to make sure that we're thorough in terms of our analysis to understand what caused some of these issues. I think part of that response will be diagnosis and awareness as well as appropriate treatment.
The European Medicines Agency has already recommended resuming use of the J&J vaccine with an added warning about the risk of blood clots and the best ways to treat them.
In the vast majority of cases, these vaccines are going to prevent death and hospitalization from COVID-19. So we always have to balance the benefits of a vaccine with the potential risks.
Now, the CDC Advisory Committee could recommend lifting the pause in the U.S., in which case they would certainly recommend adding warnings about the risk of blood clots. They could also recommend limiting the use of the vaccine to those over a certain age, as some countries have done already with the AstraZeneca vaccine. Or, frankly, they could choose to extend the pause, although, frankly, that is not expected given the ongoing threat of COVID right now.
Frank, if they do lift the pause, though, you have to wonder if the damage is already done, in terms of public confidence in this vaccine.
Yeah, important point, Devin. And I think for some people, it's absolutely the truth. The good news, though, is we have plenty of Pfizer and Moderna vaccines for everyone right here in the U.S. Here's the thing, though. There are certain groups that the J&J shot was really ideal for because it's only 1 dose and it's easily transported. The question that remains to be seen is really what role it's going to have in the U.S. moving forward.
Vexing question. All right, Frank.